Well, all the things I'm discussing with you, I learned, like when you're hungry and you're desperate, you don't look at the person as a person, you look at her as meat. So all you're looking at is, how am I going to play her? Can I play her? Do I have the necessary props? You don't care. You don't know a person. You don't want to know the person. You just want to steal. Depending on your game, maybe you're going to have to talk a little more and open her up so she quote unquote reveals her emotions. But her emotions aren't her either. It's like farting, if you'd like. Does a fart define you? Do you understand? It's as shallow as this. It's nothing more than a temporary chemical cloud. Now, maybe there's a mindset that holds that emotion there. There's a lock, so that it's always cloudy, at least in some part of her world. But it's not real. So you can listen to the emotion, but you're listening to the emotion to find a way to hustle her. That's what people do. And women do this in their own way, seducing men with their sensuality, their sexuality, with their little flirtiness, by promising pleasure, by acting like she's all open and dedicated to you and she wants you so bad because she's never seen somebody so amazing. And what is she doing? She's playing literally in your insecurities. You're not a man, you want to prove that you're a man, and she's showing you are above and beyond all other men I've ever seen or ever been with. That's a hustle. She's literally playing into your emotions. Right? So everyone's doing that. So at some point for myself, I said, you know what? First of all, I was fucking good at it. It was so easy for me, it was ridiculous. Like, it was so easy, it was ridiculous. And I started, once I got hurt because my girlfriend jumped me, right? And my heart closed because I was hurt. And I dedicated myself to the art form of being a player. I just went for it, right? and I like hustled. Young girls were too easy, so I started to hang out with older women because it's much more interesting. There's more nuances and they have much more to give. I felt bad. It was so easy. It's like literally taking candy out of a child's hands. I'm like, this is like, I feel bad. I felt like a thief. I was a good thief, and I'm like, this is too easy. So anyways, when I decided to put this aside and decided to change my life, it's not I decided to change my relationship with women. I decided to change my life and my relationship with myself. So I stopped investing all my energy and time trying to build a facade that I could use to suck things from the world. And I decided, it became very clear to me at some point that my troubles came from my mind. And I said it like this to myself. I said, I need to unfuck myself. It was 100% clear to me. And when I understood this, when I understood that my suffering wasn't due because my ex-girlfriend dumped me and she was playing me, no, it's not because of her, it's me. It's my mind that is generating these emotions. It's my mind that's confused. It's my mind it became super clear to me. So I said, okay, you know what? I'm going to unfuck myself and I'm going to dedicate myself to this. What's better than that? So as I started to change my approach towards myself and stopped investing all my energy in the world outside, my facade, my physique, my clothes, my monies, all this superficial stuff, and I started to invest a significant amount of energy to get to know myself, well, I started to discover me, who I am, how I think, what I'm held up on, my emotions that are stuck, my frustrations, all just like stuff upon stuff upon. This is just the stop stuff. So from that moment on, I always had that form of sensitivity that I camouflaged when I started being in my later teens, and when I realized it's all play, right? So I tried to play, and I was very ignorant. Anyways, so when I would start to interact with women, from that place of a deeper place, well, I'm looking for a deeper connection. Yeah, I was lustful and I wanted, nothing had changed at that level, or it had started to change. And yeah, I wanted to jump her. But I wasn't going to take necessarily that route. Maybe I was going to take a contour to take that route. I was trying to figure things out for myself. That these rushes still had an effect on me. I'm not saying I was perfect or saintly. I'm just saying a part of me started to open up and realize at a deeper level, which was always the case, but I had covered it up, that this is a person. That person comes with a background, and that background affects her, and she comes from a family, and that family affects her, and she has her troubles and her insecurities, and all of that is there. And it was always part of my person to, like, I care, right? But you're a hustler, so you got to steal. So there are people who steal, but they're nice, they're kind, right? Really, it happened to me also. He robbed me, but he was kind. He doesn't need to be mean, but he does what he's got to do. And slowly it started to go in that direction. As the deeper I went to myself, the deeper I start. So when I would meet a woman, I'm like, I'm expecting if I'm gonna have a conversation with you and we're gonna have an exchange, I need some depth. So if you're not able to do that, I'm not interested in you. If you're able to do that a little bit, I'm interested in a little bit in you. Then I get bored. And if you can do it a little bit, but you have an interest to discover yourself, then at least I have an interest in spending some time with you, or investing some time rather, because there's a journey of discovery. And as my nervous system got to calm down, because you release a lot of tension, you process a lot of things, so that urge to, as a man, to come and just porn shit, you know what I mean, also calms down. It's not only inner work, it's also because the porn style life sucks, it's boring. So I'm looking for something deeper. So as you go deeper inside yourself, you want more from everything. You want more from relationships, you want more from life, you want more from your work, you want more from when you go outside, you just want more from life. You're sick and tired of refined sugar. You don't want refined sugar anymore. When I was a kid, I was a refined sugar junkie. Today, you would pay me $1 million, I wouldn't eat it. I promise you. I'm like, no, I'm not putting this in my mouth. So in the same way, I used to be a junkie for superficial everything. Superficial movies, superficial, everything is superficial in our world. Fast, and it got worse. Now it's more superficial and dumber, right? And then as you start to develop a relationship with yourself, you want more quality. And you're willing to invest the time and energy to achieve that quality. Because everything that's rich takes time. You don't make a good gourmet meal in 5 minutes. You make macaroni and cheese in 12. Right? Everything that's rich, that's full, that's good, takes time. So as I start to understand this about myself or understand this about life, I start to develop patience. The urge to come calms the fuck down. Because the come is cheap anyways. It's not like, I always bring this so that we're clear. It's not you become saintly. No. It's because it's cheap. I can eat this, which sucks, or I can eat this, which is great. Fuck this. I'm gonna get the one that's good. It's gonna take you let's say it costs $3 more. It's worth the $3 more. For everything. The experience is better. How I feel after I eat is better. So the same is with relationships and everything. It's like I want more. And if the person is not available for this, I have no interest in that person. I'm talking about I don't want to say in a romantic kind of way, but you see what I'm trying to say. You're a surface dweller. I'm like, good. I can hang out with you for 10 minutes. I can be polite. I can be casual. We can have a little cordial moment, and it's, hip-hop-ish. Yeah, what's up? How you doing? Okay. Right? We can bounce around. I can bounce as much as you want. But I'm not going to go hang out with 3 hours with you after that. I'm going to do 3 hours with you after that. Talk about nothing? No. Check our phones? We don't do phones. Get the hell out of here. So that's how relationships evolve. It's your relationship with yourself evolves. I like myself. I enjoy spending time with myself. So I'm in my zone. I'm in my lab, which means my home. I have my studies. I have all my fields of interest and myself. And I'm going to get out of my house. I'm going to get out of my zone and go hang out with a person that is boring, uninteresting, just so I can touch her ass and ejaculate? No. That's a lot of energy. I have to go there. I have to dress. I have to go hang out and spend energy with a person who's totally uninteresting and there's nothing that's going to come out of this, and have meaningless conversations for a meaningless even. No. I'd rather stay home. It's much more productive. Like I enjoy, I can do much more with my time. Hell, worst comes to worst, watching a movie that I select with an actress I appreciate would be more interesting. This is just like worst case scenario. So that's how things evolve. When you have a more appreciation for yourself, you also immediately start to have more appreciation for other people. And even though the person may not have anything more to offer, you expect more from them. And if they're not able to provide that for whatever reason, you don't settle for refined sugar. And that's hard for people to understand. Especially in this day and age where everything is about quick, fast. People don't want it. People do not know how to interact with one another. That would be the truest way of saying it. They don't, because the social intercourse, that means dancing, the social dance between people, whether it's man and man, woman and woman. We're not talking about sexual or social intercourse between a man and woman that could lead towards something romantic, that means sexual, right? It's a skill. I'm not talking about the skill set of being a player or a hustler. I'm talking about the skill of interacting with other people and knowing how to dance and move and adapt, hold your space, respect another person's space, have the energies bounce off each other in a conversation, how to direct a conversation towards, like, this is not an easy thing. And most people will never learn this because nobody teaches you that. I guess most people don't even know there's such an expression as social intercourse, meaning intercourse, two courses, two paths that cross, intercourse, the social connection, right? I remember the first time I heard that, I'm like, social intercourse? Right, you know? Imbécile. Anyways, so this is an art form. It's also a science. It's an art form that people don't know how to engage in, or very few people do. And in order to have clean, respectful relationships, you need to be clear about who you are and what you want, which is already more than most people. Very few people know what they want. It surprises you. They unconsciously want a bunch of things. Then they pretend that they want something at the surface, but their actions betray them. They show you, no, you're confused. You're not clear about what you want. The girl may think she wants sex, but what she really wants is somebody to hold her and hug her. Well, if you can't pick that up, you're an idiot. Right? She'll tell you something, but what she's emanating is something else. So anyways, not to get lost, is like very few people know what they really want. And in order to have clear, pleasant exchanges, you need to know why you are where you are. And never, for 1 second, I'll say you're welcome. When it's time to bounce, it's time to bounce. So all the relationships, everything is based on self. First, you have to establish yourself in yourself. And then you can begin to interact with other people as you become clear as where you're at, what it is that I'm looking for, what it is that I need, what I'm ready to offer, what I'm not willing to offer, what I'm willing to quote unquote compromise on or not compromise. So then you can, when I go outside in the world, I'm in a constant negotiation. You see that girl over there? I can tell you in a second what she's looking for. I don't offer that. I don't provide that service. Was she looking for that? Well, I'm not, yeah, but I want a piece of that. Yeah, but she's looking for A and you don't offer A. Yeah, but I want that without giving A. I'm like, well, then that makes you a hustler. And in order to have sane relationships, it's your job to be able to read people. I'm not talking about read them by their body language. No, you can perceive, you can feel them. You can understand what they say at the surface and what they're looking for at a deeper unconscious level. And it's for you to decide in which way you want to engage. Right? Sometimes, let's say, I don't go to the grocery store. I got somebody that does the grocery for me. But let's say back in the days, I go to the grocery store. Right? So I go there, I see the guy, he's a Pakistani dude. I'm like, what's up, Pakistani dude? And so this guy works hard, man. He's a hard worker. And every time he'd see me, he's like, that happens often. He's just like, hey, he starts at the surface with his Pakistani grocery dude conversation. You know, literally just like cheap talk, smiley talk like he does with everybody. And then he would go around the shop, then wherever, let's say I'm putting like apples in my little bag, and he'd come back and he's just like, and then he'd just start like telling me shit. And I'd be like, I like this dude. I'm going to give him 5 minutes. So I listen to him. And then he says, I don't know why I'm saying all of this. I'm like, it's okay. Don't worry about it. Right? So like clearly he didn't say, can I please share with you what's on my heart? No, I perceived it. And I said, I like this dude. So I'm gonna give him some time. I'm gonna invest some time with him. Now, when I used to make events, so who do you think I went to see when I needed to have a discount on my shit? Pakistani dude. So he's 100% down with offering me a discount. He doesn't have to, but there's a rapport. And that's the extent of the rapport at the time, right? So when you're clear about who you are and you can perceive and quote unquote read people, that means you feel them and you feel where they're at and what they need and what they don't need and what they say and how to dance with all of that. First of all, you protect yourself. You have clear boundaries. When somebody transgresses my boundary, I'm like, no. I don't even have to say no, I move. I just shift my position. If I'm not in the mood to talk, I'm not in the mood to talk. I don't feel bad about it. I'm not going to be overly nice. Okay, yes. Oh, No, I'm not talking to you. If I know you, I'm going to be straight up. If it's a social context, I'll be polite, but I'm not going to listen to you if I'm not interested. I don't care. I don't have to. I don't owe you that. You can't steal my time. I can feel you, right? That's what I mean. So social intercourse, the art form of being in rapport with other people, is a long lost art that is lost. People don't know how to do that. And it's into people's advantage to be able to do that. And it all starts with you're establishing yourself. That means I know who I am. I know what I want. I know what I don't want. I know what I like. I know what I don't like. I know what I'm willing to do to have access to this or not willing to do to have access to this. And then you find people with who you can find some kind of negotiation or contract that works. It works. So that I win, the person wins, and the overall contract makes it that there's something that is born out of it that benefits others. How could you do that if you don't establish in yourself? So today, your average person has no fucking idea who they are, and they're coming at you trying to steal something from the back. Nothing is clear. So people are always, quote unquote, hurting each other. Like I said, a couple of videos down, nobody's hurting you. You're ignorant. Therefore, you are suffering, and your suffering is now being shared with other people, and people are catalyzing that suffering for you. So what do we see in this day? People are just staying more and more isolated as technology is starting to replace everyone. I'm technologically sufficient. I don't need a man, I got a dildo. I need a friend, I have the internet. I don't need connections or networks, I got the internet. I got social networks, social media. I don't need to go see teachers, I got YouTube. I don't ever have to go leave my house. And when a video on YouTube doesn't please me, I stop it and go to the next one. I have to learn. I don't have to explain myself. I don't have to learn how to dance with the teacher in the video. I just shut him up and I'm on to the next. But it's not the same when you meet an actual teacher.